Wait for it. What is up, everyone, and welcome to a special edition of The Danny Show. I'm your host, Daniel Cody, and this is where I give commentary and reviews on all things wrestling. Thank you guys so much for joining. Fun fact, 24 hours after I celebrated my birthday on the 29th, today on the 30th, we celebrate the birthday of the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes. And fun fact, both of us are from Georgia. Me, so originally. But today we celebrate one of the greatest of all time, another generational talent, and Cody Rhodes, son of Dusty Rhodes. And in honor of that, I like to do top 10 countdowns of my favorite Cody Rhodes matches. And let's start at number 10. At number 10, we have Rey Mysterio versus Cody Rhodes at WrestleMania 27. Now, before Cody Rhodes goes and kicks Simp 19's butt, son of Rey Mysterio, at Money in the Bank, and that is my prediction. I am rooting for Cody to kick Dom's butt. Lock hold Dom. But in any event, before Cody Rhodes kicks his butt, he once had a rivalry with his father, Rey Mysterio, which culminated in his hometown, my former hometown also, of Atlanta, Georgia, WrestleMania 27. And it was built because Rey Mysterio gave a 619 that messed up Cody Rhodes' pretty face. From a scripted standpoint, that is. Look at this face! Keep that funny point in mind. And so Cody Rhodes completely changed his theme to a much more darker metal version of Smoke and Mirrors, which I thought was cool. And then he had that clear mask to protect his face and would use it as a weapon. This was also during the year where Michael Cole was a male Karen and was just going nuts on commentary, and he had his own coal mine. Nonetheless, this was a great match that Cody Rhodes would win and get revenge for his face. Next, we have at number 9, we have Cody Rhodes with his brother Goldust versus the Shields, Roman Reigns, and Seth Rollins at Battleground 2013. Also, both men, Goldust and Cody, were accompanied to the ring by their late father, Dusty Rhodes, the American Dream. Dusty Rhodes would witness Cody Rhodes get the decisive pin for the team, pinning future rival Seth freaking Rollins to not only win the tag team match, but become the WWE Tag Team Champions. Next on this list at number 8, we have Cody Rhodes versus Malachi Black in AEW on an episode of Dynamite on October the 23rd, 21. This was more so a redemption rematch for Cody Rhodes because in their first encounter, Malachi Black had won, and fans were really gravitating to Malachi and turning on Cody Rhodes, even though Malachi was supposed to be the heel and Cody Rhodes was supposed to be the babyface. But fans were somewhat turning on him, which made this a 45% of fan support. 65 of them being for Malachi and 45% being for Cody Rhodes. Nonetheless, Cody Rhodes would win this match, getting his share of redemption in a rematch where last time Malachi won. Next, at number 7, this was also during the era where fans were starting to pull away from Cody Rhodes, even though Cody was the good guy. We have Cody Rhodes versus Andrade, husband of Charlotte Flair, on an episode of AEW Dynamite on December 1st of 2021. This was a match where we saw one of the hot. First off, this took place in Cody's hometown of Atlanta, but this was also the night where we saw one of the most extreme things in AEW. We saw, much like Lita lighting the table for her boyfriend Edge to make a move at WrestleMania 22, Brandy Rhodes, wife of Cody Rhodes, lit the table. But Brandy did more harm than good because Cody Rhodes would go for a reversing superplex Andrade through the flaming table. The problem is Cody got the worst of it. It was intended to put more on Andrade, but Cody got the worst of it because he felt the wrath of the table more. And Andrade only got a little bit of it. So who got the most damage? And even though that finish made Cody win the match, he got most of the damage. And if he did not suffer any third degree burns, I'm surprised. Nonetheless, in this extreme AEW hardcore like match, Cody Rhodes would get the victory in his hometown, and yet his it's a biblical saying, he came to his own, and his own received him not. Isn't that ironic? And Cody Rhodes came to his own, and his own home barely received him. Next, at number 6, we have a time where Cody Rhodes was a complete fan favorite and accepted by fans. But this partly was because he was fighting the man that AEW can't stand, and that would be MJF at AEW Revolution 2020 before this crisis happened that we came back from. This was a great match, in my personal opinion, and this was built up because MJF cost Cody Rhodes a match with Chris Jericho and threw in the towel for him and then turned on him, making one fan so angry the fan threw a cup of soda at him. This match would lead to that, and it was a pretty good one in my personal opinion. We learned a couple of things. Number one, we learned that MJF has a fetish for biting toes. We also saw Cody Rhodes get revenge for the whipping that he took by whipping MJF. And despite a great match on both ends, this was a losing effort for Cody Rhodes as MJF in that darn ring won the match. Ugh, you better be glad I'm safe. Now, remember at number 5, let's get to the reason that I made that funny joke. If you paid attention a couple of minutes earlier, I made the reference to Cody Rhodes and his face. The reason for that joke came from this particular match right here. And that was a recent match at number 5. We have Cody Rhodes versus Brock Lesnar at Backlash of this year, 2023. This match would be the match that would start Brock Lesnar's meme, the "look at this face" meme. Because, in my honest opinion, I did not think Cody Rhodes was going to win. I am a fan of Cody, but considering how a monstrosity Brock Lesnar is, I thought Brock was going to take this one home. But it was not to be, because not only did Cody Rhodes win this match, but he scarred Brock Lesnar's face. Look at this face! Look at this face! Thus, bringing that meme onto the scene. So Cody Rhodes would actually win this match, surviving Suplex City and the F5 storm that went there. At number 4, we have in another losing effort, the last losing effort match I will put on this countdown. We have Cody Rhodes in a recent match at WrestleMania 39 versus Roman Reigns. This was a pretty good match despite Roman's new right hand man, Solo Sikoa, interfering in the match. We saw the Usos come in, we saw KO Zania come in, but this from Cody was a great one. We saw Cody Rhodes actually use the pedigree of all things. And of course, a couple of other crossroads, but that was not enough to keep the tribal chief down. And as great as Roman Reigns is, this match was won mostly because of Sequoia. But nonetheless, from Cody's end, this was a great match at WrestleMania. But let's get to the reason why Roman won at WrestleMania 39. We first start off with reason number one, and that is on the third match of this list. And it was Cody Rhodes alongside with Ted DiBiase Jr. versus Legacy versus DX at Breaking Point. This was a submission tornado tag match, and it was submission count anywhere. They it's it's a tag team version of Peter Griffin versus Ernie the Chicken because they fought all over the place. They fought in the crowd. They fought in the secession stand. They fought everywhere. But somehow Legacy was able to take down Triple H and isolate Shawn Michaels, where they were able to make Shawn tap out because Ted had the hold that his father made famous. And then you had Cody Rhodes with the figure four on the turnbuckle post. And because of this, Shawn Michaels tapped out and Legacy got the victory and what was almost new school defeating old school. But DX would get their revenge at Hell in a Cell, the first Hell in a Cell pay per view. The next on this list at number 2 is the second reason for Roman winning at WrestleMania 39. This is the most important one. This one was Cody Rhodes versus his brother Dustin Rhodes at the first AEW pay-per-view Double or Nothing. Now, the reason why this played a huge role in what happened at WrestleMania 39 is because during Cody's entrance, Cody Rhodes took a sledgehammer and went to a throne that looks like something Triple H would have and began smashing it, leaving us to the meme that has been put on many community posts as of lately saying Triple H never forgets. And Triple H obviously never forgot that one. However, going to the match, despite interferences from Brandy Rhodes, the match and having to be thrown out and taken out backstage by DDP, not attacked, but DDP took her backstage so that these two could fight one on one. And it was awesome. In fact, it was my all time favorite Cody Rhodes match in AEW. Both men bled, both men paid the price, but in the end, and they both share the same finishers, much like Kane and The Undertaker. Nonetheless, it was Cody Rhodes who would actually get the W for himself. However, after the match, there was some sportsmanship shown as Cody Rhodes said, I don't need the wrestler, I need my brother. And they shook hands, hugged it out, and went on and became to get a bond together. But that match right there, 5 stars. If you have not seen it, check it out. It is awesome. But the entrance is the whole reason for him losing to Roman Reigns at WrestleMania 39 because Triple H never forgets. But let's go to number 1 on this list. We have Cody Rhodes versus Seth freaking Rollins at Hell in a Cell last year. What made this match so special is number 1, Cody Rhodes went to hell with a torn bicep all of this was torn off the bone, and you can see it because when he took his entrance robe off, this was completely purple, and yet he went on to wrestle, not just to wrestle the match, but win in what was an epic Hell in a Cell match between himself and Seth Rollins. And Seth Rollins mocked Dusty Rhodes with the polka dot outfit that he had on and paid for it. Cody Rhodes won this match with a huge torn injury. And not only did he win this match, but just like Batista did Triple H, he went for a perfect 3, ending his third victory inside Hell in a Cell. So I know Batista would have loved that. So that does it for this list. If you enjoyed this list, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And let me know, what is your favorite match of the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes. Until next time, I'm your host, Dan Cody, and I should be seeing you tonight for Friday Night SmackDown. And Cody is going to kick Simp 19's butt tomorrow at Money in the Bank. See you next time, folks.